I seen you were drinking wine today. Was that you with Amber? Tell us about it.
I was just holding it up, that's all.
So you were just doing it for display then, right?
Huh?
You weren't drinking it. You were just showing it.
That's
like
it,
cheers.
yeah, I wasn't drinking it, no.
Okay. Tell us about what your day was like then.
Oh, there was crowds there, my God, there was people all over that place, yeah.
Was it like a wine and cheese party or something?
No, it was a, well, the new owner was there, he set that, he paid that bill for the meal today, too.
Okay, was it a good meal?
All Jews, too.
Well, it's funny though, after World War II, you broke the gates open on Holocaust camps and you helped release all the Jews. Yeah, and so what type of meal did you have you're telling me about?
Today?
Yeah.
It was a very good meal, very good meal.
Where'd they come from?
Where'd they come from?
Was it catered?
No, it was broke, but they made it here, but there's a lot of people there, a lot of people.
Where'd all these people come from?
Huh?
Where'd all...
It was bring your relatives.
Oh, I see, because I received a picture of you with a glass of wine in your hand.
Yeah, I was only kidding, I didn't drink it.
That was just for a show.
Yeah.
You didn't really drink it. Let me go through the date first before I say this. We're in Studio 6A. And it's my pleasure and honor to be with Mr. John J. Jeckovich, and it's Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. So you went to this affair, and you went with your great-granddaughter.
Yeah.
Amber.
Yeah.
How'd you and her get along?
Well, we always get along, buddy.
So you guys had a nice
cold now.
You had a nice meal together?
Oh, yeah, the meal was good. My God, the meal was good, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who paid for that meal.
It was good. And then Amber is Mr. Jeckovich's great-granddaughter, and she comes by 3 or 4 times a week and talks to Mr. Jeckovich at his home, and they have a nice chat. They do some videoing. They do some artwork. They do all kinds of fun things together. Yeah. Amber is in her 20s. It's refreshing. She's a full-time missionary, travels the world, and an avid surfer. She surfs all around the world, and she was luckily left Malibu, California. She was there for 3 or 4 months just before the fire started. So she got out just in time, and she spends a lot of time in Martinique, Puerto Rico, all over. She chases the waves. Even though she lives on the ocean, she can roll out of bed and be surfing right now, but I guess if you're an avid surfer, and I don't know, I guess you chase the waves all over the world, especially in Australia when it's our winter, it's our summer, so it's a great opportune time. And so you had a nice time with Amber, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Amber Nicole Jeckovich, what a great young lady. It's so funny when you have a full-time missionary, they have great empathy to all. They bring happiness to all. They're Christocentric versus a lot of these people who are complete damn atheists, and they're just egocentric and they don't really care about nothing or nobody but themselves. So it's very refreshing to see a young girl like this. Don't you enjoy her company?
Huh?
Don't you enjoy her company all the time? Yeah. It's a beautiful thing.
There's a lot of people there today, a lot of people.
So you had a good day. Mr. Jeckovich was from Company H, the 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. As you know, we get text messages around the clock from around the world, and someone's always curious about what you have to say. Mr. Jeckovich, by the way, being a World War II veteran, an actual combat veteran, there is only 6,000 left, and we're losing them at a rate of 150 a day. So if you have anything to ask Mr. Jeckovich, just text them at 407-366-0000. Text them at 407 366-0000. No matter what the question is, and many times we get repetitive, many times we get questions that come up several times a day, and we still answer them due to the fact that maybe he's a first-time listener. Everyone else has heard it, but maybe the first-time listener didn't. A couple of the top questions are, speaking about Mr. Jeckovich, about his longevity. Mr. Jeckovich was born on April 25th, he was born on October 17th, 1925, just before the Great Depression, when gasoline was 17 cents a gallon, beautiful houses were $2,000, and brand new cars were $400 or $500. Now it's quite different. So we get the longevity question, and then we get the money question. We get the marriage question. We might as well get a couple of those out of the way right now.
Yeah.
How long are you married for?
69 years.
69 long and wonderful years. Mr. Jeckovich proposed to his wife, Delphine Stulak, at the Roman Catholic Basilica in Tonawanda, New York. She accepted his hand in marriage, and then they together walked to the altar of the basilica, and they prayed for a long and happy marriage. How'd that prayer work out?
Well, 69 years.
Guess it was answered. Guess it was answered. Yes, it was. So if you have any marriage questions, text us. No matter what it is, he'll answer it. He'll talk to you or text you back. It doesn't matter. The other question we talk about is longevity. Mr. Jeckovich, this is born in 1925. We're in 2025, and he's knocking on the door of 100. Mr. Jeckovich is knocking on the door of 100 this year. What do you think was the main reason why you made it so easily to 100?
Genes, my genes.
Genes, okay. But you had a decent lifestyle too, right?
Yeah, I didn't smoke or drink or none of that stuff.
You jogged
Exercise, yeah.
Yeah. You jogged for 80 years.
Yeah.
Never took a prescription pill. Never took a vitamin.
No.
Never drank or smoked. And it was real easy for Mr. Jeckovich in the day to get addicted to cigarettes, because when him and millions of other young GIs in their teens were in the front lines, or the rear echelon as far as that goes, the Red Cross would pass out cigarettes like candy bars,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So everyone out of boredom, with the exception of Mr. Jeckovich, they would start smoking.
Yeah.
And then if the war didn't kill him 20 or 30 years later, the damn cigarettes did. The damn cigarettes did. So what did you do with your cigarettes when they gave
I
you?
give them to buddies in the same company.
So, longevity, no smoking, no drinking, jogged for 80 years, no prescriptions, no vitamins, exercise. Mr. Jeckovich, by the way, will read 3 newspapers every morning. He gets up at 6, goes to bed around 2. I don't know how he does it. I swear to God, I don't know. He'll get up early and read 3 newspapers with no glasses. No glasses. And if he squeezes your hand in a handshake, he has enough power still to knock you down. So we talked briefly about longevity and marriage. And now the next question they always ask many, many times a day, and I don't blame them, it's, how much is the book and where do I buy it?
You know, it's not for sale.
Yeah. The book was never written to be sold. No money ever involved here. Mr. Jeckovich doesn't need money. He has plenty. He is not interested in selling a book. He wrote the book to be like a roadmap for young people to maybe learn and have a better life. It's a big book. It's a long book. How many pages?
849.
Wow. 849 pages. Jeez. And I'm sure you didn't use Google I'm sure you didn't use a
No,
laptop.
no.
You wrote it by hand in
Yellow paper.
yeah, on a legal yellow tab. Yeah. So the book is simply to maybe help a couple younger people on their way in their life. Maybe make their life a little easier, giving them some examples on how to live. Marriage, for one. We have 90,000 divorces in Florida alone last year. What was a major reason? Money, yeah. These young people have it hard, I'm telling you. 2 or 3 jobs each just to get by, and even that they can't get by. When Mr. Jeckovich was growing up, the man worked, he was the provider, the head of the household, the breadwinner, and the wife took care of the kids, the house, the cars, everything, which was probably a harder job than a man had. And that's how it was, and things stayed organized. Now it's very complicated.
Yeah.
Husband's working here, wife's working there, kids are at home. It's nonstop. So there's got to be some type of solution here to make it better. But the book was primarily written to be a roadmap for letting younger people try to have a better life through examples. There is an original copy of the book in the World War II Museum in New Orleans. But I think at this time we have over 600 podcast and YouTube recordings. So we already took the book from page 1 to 849, and then we brought it back again, and we started from ground zero, number 1 page, and now on page 126. So if you would simply Google John Jeckovich, or put in Bulge Busters John Jeckovich, Jeckovich, it should pull up all the 600 or something close to that of his listings. That'll take you from the book from beginning to the end. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Well, I'm going to read the book a little bit, but I'm just going to give a couple examples I pulled out of the book on how people might have a easier and better life. I'll need the dog tag number.
42965.
That's the number that opens up the laptop to read the book. But before I do that, I'm going to extract a few interesting examples that he wrote to give his grandchildren and great-grandchildren and all young people a better life. These are just a couple ideas. I really like them to know about hand-me-down clothes and homemade ice cream and leftover meatloaf sandwiches. I really would. That reminds me, when you were in the military as a teenage boy, well, actually you were a man at the time, the way you fought, you went home on your first furlough, and that was a meatloaf. How did that go? Tell us that story.
When I was home on furlough?
You got home the first day, no one was home, and there was meatloaf, leftover meatloaf in the refrigerator.
And my mother screamed at me.
So what'd you do? You came home, you felt you were starving,
Yeah.
you traveled for a day and a half,
Yeah,
and you were hungry, so there was leftover meatloaf in the fridge, right?
yeah.
And no one's home, your sister's gone, your mother's working, no one even knew you were coming.
Yeah.
And so what happened? Tell us the whole story.
Well, I ate the bread, ate most of the meatloaf, and my mother got after me and said, "Oh, you ate that? You ate the supper."
Oh. And then what? Would she be real quiet? And was she angry?
Well, when she went in the kitchen and started rattling dishes and all, she was mad.
She said, and you only seen her now for 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So there's the meatloaf story. Did that happen with an orange juice too?
Yeah.
Tell us that.
Well, the orange juice was half a glass of orange juice in the refrigerator, and I just got off the bus, and I don't know, I drank the orange juice, and my mother said, "You drank that orange juice." I was going to have that for my lunch.
Oh, Lord. So she was tough on you all the time. I hope you learn humility by being humiliated, and you learn honesty by being cheated. I hope you learn to make your own bed and mow the lawn and wash the car. And I hope really nobody, here's the best part of all, this is really stupid when parents do this, really stupid. And I really hope that Nobody gives you a brand new car when you're 16.
No, never happened.
Yeah. You're destroying the kid when you do that.
Yeah.
A quick real life example, one of my neighbors many years ago bought their twin boys on their 16th birthday, each a brand new Corvette. And the boys came out pouting and stamping their feet. You think they'd be very happy with each having a brand new Corvette, but they didn't like the color, so there you go. I don't need to say any more. It'll be good if at least one time you see puppies being born and your old dog put to sleep. I hope you get a black eye fighting for something you believe in. I hope you share a bedroom with your younger brother, and it's all right if he draws a line down the middle of the room, but when he wants to crawl under the covers with you because he's scared, I hope you let him. When you want to see a movie with your little brother and he wants to tag along, I hope you let him come with you. I hope you have to walk uphill to school with your friends and that you live in a town where you can do it safely. Tell us about all your trips going to 2 high schools and then to work. Tell us how that would go.
I half a day go to high school, high school, and the other half a day go to trot.
So, you got up early morning, you left 3063 Orleans Avenue, Niagara Falls, New York, and your first leg of the trip was to Niagara Falls High School.
Yeah, that was 3 miles.
And that's 3 miles. From there, you're simultaneously going to a vocational high school, and then you left Niagara Falls High School, and you walked to Trot Vocational.
That was 4 miles.
4 miles. Then when that high school class was over that day, what did you do then?
I went to Kresge's and worked as a stock boy. That was after school.
Yeah, Kresge's is like a 5 and dime store, and it's way across the other town, Fall Street, Main Street area.
Yeah.
How many miles is that?
That was 5 miles.
So you did a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Did you ever complain?
No.
Did you ever tell your mother and father this is too much?
No.
No. Did your mother and father maybe one time say, if it's snowing real hard, we'll get you a taxi?
No.
You just did it, right?
Yeah.
You just did it. No bullshit. Just do it, man. Just do it. How do you think kids would do today?
How they do it?
How would they do today?
How I would do?
No, I know how you did it. How do you think kids in
They'd
2025...
be complaining about everything.
They fucking complain about waking up in the morning. Always complaining. I wish you'd stop, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, where were we here? On rainy days, when you have to catch a ride, I hope you don't ask the driver to drop you 2 blocks away so you won't be seen riding with someone as uncool as your mom. Wow. If you want a slingshot, I hope your dad teaches you how to make one instead of buying one, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about the type of rubber band guns you had.
When rubber bands going from the tires, tubes for the cars.
And tell us how you'd make it. I don't understand.
You take a 2x4, cut it the length you want, put a nail on the bottom, and then you put a stick on the side, elastic, and then you got the trenching in there. It's trenched in it. Then when you pull the trigger, that rubber goes out. The rubber band.
Where'd you get the rubber from?
From the tires of the cars.
Yeah, that's an interesting fact. Back in your day, every tire had a tube.
Yeah.
So that's where you made them from.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any tubes anymore, but that's a good idea. I like that. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I hope you get teased by your friends when you have your first crush on a girl, and when you talk back to your mother that you learn what Ivory soap tastes like. Here's the best one I think out of all of them. I don't care if you try a beer once, but I hope you don't like it. And if a friend offers you dope or a joint, I hope you realize that he is not your friend, right?
Right.
Not your friend, just a
Yeah.
scumball. A scumball piece of garbage. I sure hope You make time to sit on the porch with your grandma or grandpa and go fishing with your uncle. May you feel sorrow at a funeral and joy during the holidays. I hope your mother punishes you when you throw a baseball through the neighbor's window, and that she hugs you and kisses you at Christmas time
9.
when you give her, okay, it's the best, why would we do this when I was interrupted? I hope your mother punishes you when you throw a baseball through your neighbor's window. Did you ever throw any baseballs in the neighbor's windows?
No.
Did you ever break any glass?
No, we were playing baseball outside of the street, and the ball had to hit the window.
Did it, any problems? Did you ever have a broken window?
Yeah, well, it shattered it, put a crack in it.
And then you had to go repair it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here's the second part of it. Yeah. And then she hugs you, your mom. Your mom hugs you and kisses you at Christmas time when you give her a plaster mold of your hand. These things I wish for you. Here's the best part, summing it up. Tough times and disappointment. Hard work and happiness. Hard work and happiness. To me, it's the only way to appreciate life. That's it.
That's it, yeah.
That's it. Mr. Jeckovich, when he was in World War II, he was frontline infantry. We're less than 6,000 of these guys now. Lose them at a rate of 150 a day. As a teenager, Mr. Jeckovich was, during World War II, he was beat up, stabbed, bombed with a dirty bomb, shot in the shoulder with a sniper,
Lost a hip.
lost a hip, trench foot, and frostbite. And then he went to Paris to recover in the hospitals. How many months? 3 months to recover?
Yeah,
Recover, yeah.
yeah.
And then they basically told him, Mr. Jeckovich, if you could walk, and if your index finger could pull the trigger of a heavy-duty machine gun, you're what?
Fit for duty.
You're fit for duty. Get your ass back in there. Go to the front line. There you end up in a barrel of Bulge. When they first went in as teenagers, his division was called, affectionately, and I underline that, affectionately, the Diaper Division. Why they?
We were all 19 years old.
They're all young kids.
33s.
33 is the military code for teenagers. And then, much time later, they were told to hold down Bastogne when they were surrounded about several 100,000 Nazis and 6,000 German tanks. The weather was horrible. They couldn't get air support. The planes couldn't fly. They couldn't get paratroopers. They couldn't get supplies. They couldn't get nothing. But their words were, hold Bastogne at all cost. 97% casualty. And just by the prayers of his mother, saying the rosary every night, and his friend Renee, former nun, saying the rosary every night, he was able to leave alive. 97% casualty. So the nickname from the Diaper Division changed dramatically. Now him and his division, what's left of it, are called the Bloody Bastards of Bastogne. Whole different situation now. Then after that, they had lots of support. A lot of paratroopers come in, more troops came in, more air support. They ran the Germans back out. Hitler thereafter committed suicide, and then Mr. Jeckovich and many other able-bodied young American soldiers broke the gates on the Holocaust camp and on the prisoner war camps. What did they tell you not to do when you got there?
Don't feed them.
And why is that?
Because their stomachs are all upset.
Yeah. This is the horrible sight. Not going to speak about it now, but it'll play over and over in your mind what you've seen in there. The Nazis were brutal, mean-spirited people. that words can't describe what they did to these prisoners. Words can't describe. But after all this, Mr. Jeckovich was awarded the Bronze Star Medal, the Purple Heart, the Army Good Conduct Medal, American Campaign Medal, European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 Bronze Service Stars, World War II Victory Medal, Army of Occupation Medal with Germany clasp, Combat Infantry Badge, Sharpshooter Badge with carbine, Pistol and Machine Gun Bars, Marksman Badge with rifle bar, and Honorable Service Lapel Button, World War II. Minutes, please.
Four.
I'm looking at when you were drafted, and the reports about you show that you're 187 pounds in the 40s. How much you weigh now?
151.
You have a lot of catching up to do.
No, I don't think so.
Those 2 uniforms that you wore during World War II, they would fit you really loosely.
Yeah.
In a way, it's probably a good thing, because many people gain and not lose, but this guy, he lost a lot of weight. He lost 30-some pounds. And it also says in here in the initiation report, you did live at 3063 Orleans Avenue, right?
Right.
What was that street like back in the
It was a
40s?
beautiful street.
Was there many homes?
Two or three houses on one side,
Yeah, it's
in
amazing.
an open field, yeah.
And you had a beautiful creek there?
Yeah.
And tell us how you creatively made ice skating rings in your front yard.
I opened the fire hydrant, let the water up freeze.
Next day, you got an ice skating
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah.
Did all the kids come from near and far to skate?
Oh, yeah.
Minutes, please.
3.
How many? So that was a pretty good trick you pulled there.
Yeah.
Because the house that you had lived in, they only had a couple houses on the street. Were there raccoons and deers?
No, the raccoons are gone. Muskrats.
deer?
Well, they went back out in the woods.
Did you see many
Muskrats were there.
muskrats?
Yeah.
And how about rabbits?
Rabbits were still there, yeah. They're looking for the food.
For almost all your life, you didn't have a telephone. You didn't have a TV because most of it wasn't invented.
No.
Yeah. But when you finally got a telephone after you got out of service, it was called a party line. What is
Yeah.
that?
Two people on the same line.
So you could pick up the phone and hear people talking.
Yeah.
And then
When they hung up, they're probably still listening in.
they listened in to you.
Yeah.
And the phone was like bolted to the wall. It was a rotary dial phone. And it had the cord about 2 feet.
Yeah.
Normally was installed in a person's living room. So if you did get on the phone, everyone in your house is listening to you.
Yeah.
Besides complete strangers.
Yeah.
Minutes?
Minute 40.
That was so interesting. And then back then, in order to take a hot bath, what'd you have to do?
They sit in the bathtub.
But didn't you have to go start a fire in the
There's a
basement?
little stove in the front, the bottom of the stairs in the cellar. Start that up. And that would be enough hot water for the day.
I see. So if you didn't do that, you weren't taking a hot bath.
No.
No air conditioning, right?
No, we had air conditioners. I had that
Much
feathers.
later.
That feathers I had in the window, yeah.
Many decades later.
That was a good one though. I had it up
Yeah,
for a
it's
long
still
time.
going now.
Yeah,
I'm told it's still going now.
Yeah.
Some things like old refrigerators and old window air conditioners were made back in the early 50s are still going now. You see the big round refrigerators?
Yeah.
They're going now. You can't kill them.
We still
Yeah.
have a 50s freezer from the 50s.
Yeah. Minutes, please.
49.
So that was a pretty nice street then.
yeah.
And then after it become, a lot of homes came, right?
They started building homes there.
So you were there at the best time.
Oh yeah. Now it's the dump.
What happened?
Well, Mafia took over.
And with their greed, they destroyed the city.
They destroyed the city. Canada's beautiful.
Yeah, Canada's still beautiful, right? It's like Disney. Would you ever consider moving back?
No, Niagara Falls?
Yeah.
No.
Would you feel safe walking down an alley in Niagara Falls?
No, not now, no.
But you did back then,
Yeah,
because you got out of work at midnight, right?
yeah, with cash in my pocket,